miltä se kotitalo näytti silloin, kun te tulitte sieltä niin kuin talvisodan jälkeen takaisin?
Siis mikä kotitalo?
Kotitalo
Talvisodan jälkeen?
Niin. Siellä
Ai niin, kun
Karjalassa.
oltiin kotona silloin vielä.
Niin.
Siinä ei ole paljon ajateltavaa. Talvisodan, siis milloin se niin kun tultiin takaisin? Me oltiin isän kanssa koko aika toimessa. Kuljettiin kato, sotahan oli, talvisota kun oli loppunut vähän.
Niin. Kun talvisota loppui, niin te menitte takaisin, eikö niin? Silloinhan luultiin, että eihän jatkosodasta mitään tietoa ollut. Luultiin, että sota on ohi.
Niin, mutta silloinhan me oltiin Karjalassa vielä.
Niin, te olitte
Karjalassa. Me
Karjalassa.
oltiin Karjalassa vielä.
Joo.
Silloin me alettiin taas elämään siellä kotona niin kuin siihen saakkakin. Että hommattiin karjaakin, että meillä oli vielä lehmät taas ja ne kaikki.
Oliko sille kodille tapahtunut mitään vai oliko se koko talvisodan ajan pysynyt ihan?
Ei siinä taisteltu meidän kohdalla.
Joo.
Se taistelu tapahtuu siellä Nurmissa, missä mie oli ja isä.
Joo.
Siellä me taisteltiin. Kato, summa, suurin taistelu mikä alkoi, kun meitä menee Nurmiin, se Nurmista tulee, mikä menee Viipuriin ja se asemaseutu, niin se asemaseutu, niin me isän kanssa oltiin siellä. Kaiken keskuudessa.
Näitkö sä isää siellä?
Mitä?
Näitkö sä isää siellä?
Isä oli vasta kadun toisella puolella suoskunnan esikunta ja minä olin Lottien muonituspaikka tai semmoinen, joka muonitti kaikkia, mistä lähdettiin summaa kaikki Suomen vahvia koko meidän pitäjän suojeluskuntalaiset nuoret miehet ja kaikki ne melkein kaatui siellä. Sitä on kirjakin tehty, kuinka paljon kaikki ne nuoret miehet. Kato, se ampuminen on hirveä taivas, on veripunainen aina ja joku aika vaan semmoinen.
Matter matters. Karen Barrett writes how language has been granted too much power. The linguistic turn, the semiotic turn, the interpretive turn, the cultural turn, even materiality has been turned into a matter of language rather than a matter of matter. We have learned that all significant meaning making is based on cultural agreements and the matters do not carry meaning in themselves. It's rather our own cultures and histories that we project in them. Barrett disagrees. For her, posthumanist performative account of the production of material bodies is based on agential realist ontology. To my grandmother Taimi, the home, house, land, dirt and territory had all the meaning. This connection to matter was not constructed through language for her, even though she liked to write about it. This connection was rather affective, embodied, sensorial and emotional, and formed as an extremely strong and direct belongingness to a place and matter. Belongingness that I cannot comprehend. My own cosmopolitan worldview is not attached to singular places, to any particular piece of land or house. Instead, places flow into each other and constitute a significant continuum where meaning-making happens in flux. Taimi wrote as a dissenting perspective. The Isthmus of Karelia was the left foot of the Maiden of Finland. It was inhabited by the tribe of Karelia, by Karelian people. It was the land of Karelia where Finnish language was talked in many varied dialects, and where most people had big families in their houses, at least in the rural villages. The villages, with their unique houses, with their sloping fields, with roads with pole fences, with the foaming rapids of the rivers, pine and birch forest, and the hills with their slants. These were what Karelian villages were composed of, and each village lived rich and traditional Karelian life. Rakkola village had two parts, Ylä-Rakkola, Upper Rakkola, and Ala-Rakkola, underneath Rakkola. The village belonged to the Säkijärvi parish and Vahviala municipality. The village lay in the outskirts of the parish on the border of the rural municipality of Viipuri. Viipuri was the closest city. The mail to the rural villages was delivered from Vainikkala with horse carriages. In summer mornings, the sun rose from Ylä-Rakkola behind the Matkus Lake. After circling the village as a wall for the day, the sun set down in evenings to Alarakkola behind the large swamp. The village road of Ylärakkola twined the rims of the pine forest. On the edge of the racing sensing pine forest was the log house of Isthmus, Kankaantalo. The side end of the house facing the road, enclosed with many outbuildings, sauna, the blacksmith shop, and the well. Taimi's narration of her grandparents' house is a story of a strong and multimodal experience and saturated memory that did not fade away during years. The houses and the villages live strong in her mind, similarly as lost homes have lived in so many other people's minds all around the world. Taimi was not an educated author or did not really have any education other than what she learned by serving in the Second World War, feeding soldiers in the battlefronts. Still, she wrote hundreds of pages for a book that was never published. This quote is the first page of that unpublished book. At the time when I interviewed her, she was already living with dementia, which adds another new level to her narrations and to her relationship to land and matter. For Bharat, performative reality is other realm of practices, doings, actions, while the area of meaning making through language is the realm of describing reality through mirroring nature or culture. The realm of descriptions and narrations as well as culture is human-made. Perhaps the true realm of practices, doings, actions is non-human, particularly a reality of non-human animal actions and doings. When I took a trip to Viipuri, the city that is close by Taimi's home village Rakkola, I saw the stray dogs were the most fluent inhabitants of that city. It made me think how their performative account of the production of their material bodies refuses all representational fixation, the narrated histories, the rich and traditional human lives, as Taimi said. The material configurations of the world touches the tiniest material existence and its relation to the place, to the land, to the matter, and ultimately to the world. An ant is often an example of a trivial creature, yet the functionality of the material body of a colony of ants is impressive. In this emerging research project, I tackled the agential and anthropocentric realism of places, human and non-human belongingness and connection to matter, and the cartographies to the beloved places and memories of them. Building cartographies is an epistemological tool and a rhizomatic research strategy. As a research strategy, cartography serves as a nomadic learning experience where nomadic becomes a process to address affect, interconnection, desire, understanding, and the imagined. My process is in its beginning, and rather than presenting any research results or finding with this video, I'm mapping some of the layers of the territory of the research to become. I'm only starting to form questions such as what might be relevant entanglements of matter, roots, territory, canals, and belongingness to other people in other contexts who have needed to leave their homes.